Hello everyone. I was going through the usual audio issues. For some reason right now I can't hear the music that you should be hearing. Hey Yithian, how's it going? Thanks for joining. I'll be honest, I am tired. I'm noticing that I haven't really gotten a break over Christmas, so I'm taking the next couple days off to kind of like recuperate and catch up on the vacation I should have had last week. But it's kind of I'm noticing that it's kind of catching up with me right now. So I'm hoping that the next couple days will be kind of relaxing. But, you know, I'm also excited to like get back to work again, but like I have so many plans and things I want to do, you know, obviously like work on Netherrealms, but I do notice my energy level is low. Yeah, I mean, sometimes they, like winter holidays are amazing for me where like I get to a point where I'm like, okay, can I start work again? But then I kind of like force myself to stay, you know, to like not work, just to give my arms a chance to rest and to give my energy levels a chance to like recuperate and give myself basically like a chance to be bored, because I do feel like that's a pretty good thing for adults who are always busy to like just experience boredom once in a while, because it opens up like ideas for new things to do. But this year, because of like a job coming in unexpectedly, I wasn't really able to like take that break and get a chance to be bored. So, hey, Sleepytron, welcome back. How are you doing? You know, I do, like, in terms of, like, winter holidays and being restful, I do think I count, like, spending time with family as restful, just because it takes you away from the, from like, being behind your PC, takes you away from, like, the regular day-to-day jobs stuff. Though I do, you know, as, like, an introvert, I do need time to myself to like recuperate and get my energy levels back that way. But it does, like, spending time with family does help me to really disconnect from like what's happening online and happening in my job and stuff and process. So doing laundry's so not good at all. Really? Do you hate laundry? I honestly, I mean, I don't love it, but I do feel like it's one of the easier chores in the house. I personally hate cleaning bathrooms just because there's nothing else to do except like sit there and scrub, and with doing laundry, it's kind of easy to just take 5 minutes, put some stuff in there, and then walk away again. Unless you don't have a washing machine at home and you have to sit at a laundromat. But that's not really a thing here in Holland, so we don't need to do that. Oh yeah, 4 people household. I get that. I get that. We're a 2 people household, and we've even decided to like not fold our underwear, so a lot of the tedious bits get like we've cut out a lot of the actual tedious bits. In my opinion, I don't really care if my underwear is folded or not, so why bother? And that takes away a lot of time that you would spend having to fold otherwise. Yeah, oh yeah, and not ironing. Yeah, exactly. I don't really like I have a couple shirts that need ironing. Obviously, we don't have office jobs, so we don't need to like wear a crisp suit or anything to work. So that's easy. We just need to make sure that we kind of like hang our stuff neatly while it dries. And then we're usually fine. And then for a couple shirts, I just need to iron, but no biggie. But yeah, I get it. Like I can't imagine with like a 4-person household, which I'm assuming has like some kids there in the mix. You're just constantly busy doing laundry, and I can very much imagine getting annoyed with that at some point. Oh, hey, my music isn't playing, is it? No, it's not. Now it is. It's like, why aren't there any bars? I can't hear it myself either. But I thought that was just me. A lot. I get that. I mean, like adults, they kind of like handle their clothes with a bit more care than kids do, don't they? I see it with like family members, with like our family members, and it's like, oh, there's another spot. Yep, that needs to go into laundry again. You know, we just took it out this morning, but I guess we'll just chuck it back in. Kids, man. Only when they're older, they will understand everything that you did for them. So I'm on the last page of inking for this scene, which means that once I finish inking these panels, which should go relatively quickly compared to like the other pages that I've been doing for the past couple of weeks, I'll probably be flatting and then shading. At least I'm not sure if I'll do the shading on stream yet or not, because I do need I still need a fair bit of concentration to do that. And I'm not sure if I'll be as nice to actually chat with during those times, because I like, if I'm not paying attention, I mess up like the layers really quickly, and then I'll be like, why is this not looking right? And then I'll discover after lots of searching that I was, I don't know, working with the wrong layer or whatever. Three years into having your son. Oh, that's cool. 8. Oh, you guys have like kids in the age ranges of my nephews. Nephews. One just turned 2, and one is turning, I gotta say this right, 7 in February. And then a friend of ours just had her baby, so her baby is like 6 months old. Yeah. And it's kind of funny to like be more aware of the age differences now, and kind of like develop your own preferences for the certain ages that they have. It's kind of funny. I'm already noticing where I'm kind of like, yeah, okay. I think I would find a 2-year-old more fun than a 6-month-old if it were my kid, but I'm saying that now. Yeah, they can be entertaining, can't they? It's funny because, obviously the internet loves to complain about kids a lot, and how horrible they are for like everything in your life, but the truth is they can be fun too and rewarding. Especially like if it's your own. I can't imagine it being really cool. Though even with my nephews, like the 2-year-old, he's kind of like learning to talk. So, and I didn't get this experience with like my almost 7-year-old nephew, because he was living in a different country until like, I don't know, 2 years ago or something. But with our second nephew, we got like more of a chance to actually see him grow up and interact with him more. And so with him learning to talk, I like had my first tiny conversation like a couple of weeks ago, and it was like, oh my gosh. He came up to the kitchen and with his like his sippy cup, and went like, this is empty, or in one word, but I'm not sure how to translate that into, I guess he said empty. And I was like, do you want more? And he said, yes, and then ran away. And I was like, wow, we just had our first conversation. Hey, Miko. Your dog. Okay, so is your dog talking yet, Miko? I think it's time. Yeah, exactly. A little person with like actual personalities and wants and thought processes, and it's kind of cool. Though I did have once I just went outside with him to play because he wanted to go outside, but his parents were like doing different things. So I was like, okay, I'll go outside with him. And then I actually thought he was pretty, like, even though he wasn't speaking as much as he is now yet, I do feel like he could articulate pretty well to me, or like show me what he wanted to do. Like pointing, like, okay, we're going there or there right now. And I was like, okay, I'll follow you. Your dog, your dog is what are they called? He's a Shiba, right? Your dog. I guess they're pretty vocal. What does he say? Let's go outside. And then you're telling him, no, you're old. Come back inside. So weird. I have no music on my headphones. I'll have to take a look at that during my break, because I have no idea what the issue is. Because that's my issue with audio. Like, a lot of visual things I somehow kind of manage to solve on my computer, but anything that's audio, it's just like a mystery to me. The silent treatment. Ah. Yeah, Shivas seem like really opinionated dogs. But I guess that's why they're entertaining too. Just like huskies. All those cold weather dogs with their strong opinions. By the way, Sleepytron, like, I'm not sure if you're a cat person or a dog person, but right now I think you're surrounded by dog people. If I'm remembering Yithians. Or was that Rick? I can't remember. Who had, like, the corgi things. The corgis. In any case, I think this stream attracts a lot of dog people, so if you're a cat person, be warned. Yeah, there's one of my favorite. Oh no, I think that was a Malamute. There's this dog where there's a video of a guy like parking his car, and then you hear a dog outside going, kind of like screaming like a husky. And then he opens the door and he goes like, "What are you booping about?" And then the dog goes, "Wee boo wee boo." It's one of my favorite videos. So they're so opinionated. Aw, man, pit bulls, I like the videos that I see from them. They're so sweet. They're not my type of dog. Like, I like shepherds and retrievers and that kind of breed, but I can't imagine they're very sweet. A husky would be way too much for me, though. I would not be able to handle that energy. That's cute. I would love that, a dog friend, but I'm still a bit scared of actually getting a dog and how they would fit into our life. So, still holding off. Malamutes have a shape of a heart in their foreheads and huskies have the shape of a dick? Really? That's a nice way to describe it. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, it's kind of like a dog, like, far away. So I'm not even... I think, like, from the size, I'm pretty sure that it's a Malamute, but I don't know. I'll look it up later. Jeez, okay, I'll have a look to see, because I can't, like, for now suddenly I can't remember what huskies look like. Hold on, I need to know. Go away, search, there. Husky. Oh, like, you know what I would call that? A stripe. How are those? Husky dick. Yeah, no. I'm not gonna go. I'm just Googling huskies, people. Calm down. Okay. I'm not sure if I agree, Miko. Come on. That's just a stripe. Yes, welcome. We have husky dicks. It's Miko's fault. Let me make that very clear. We're just talking about dogs again. I'll just rename this to the dog stream. No, that's true. He's influencing us from the Netherrealms to have us talk about him, even though he's not even here. That egomaniac. Oh yeah, Rottweilers. What would I call her? My step cousin, I guess. She's had some Rottweilers, and they have been so well trained for one, but two, they have also been the sweetest thing. So honestly, I'm of the opinion that most dogs are just really sweet by default. And most of the breed prejudices are probably not fair. So yeah, I'm mostly when I see a dog, I just mostly gauge their their behavior more than their breed, and their owners, because the owners also, of course, give a really good idea of what the owner's behavior, I should say, will give a good idea of what the dog's behavior will be like as well. Why did they fight? Does your Shiba also have prejudices against Rottweilers? Oh, okay. Jeez. Way to start with a clickbait title, Miko. No, I don't want to do it this way. Doggy preschool. That's the cutest. Man, one of my a woman who used to babysit me, except I went to their house instead of them coming to mine. She had a Saint Bernard puppy at one point, and my gosh, that was a heavy puppy, but he had no idea how big he was, basically. It was a really cute but lumpy thing. Oh, hey. Hi, people. That's the second raid already. In a couple days. We seem to have the same streaming schedule. Hi, guys. How are you doing this fine Tuesday afternoon? I'm Regan, and I'm working on a graphic novel called Netherrealms. And if you don't know my work yet, I'll just show you some illustrations that I made real quick, just to introduce you to what I actually do. So this graphic novel is called Netherrealms. I like to describe it as Sandman, but more Disney. And I just started making the graphic novel, but these are like illustrations that I already made for the story itself, with like story snippets in them. And it's basically the story about Nergui, who becomes the victim of a pandemic together with her dad, and she ends up in the Netherrealms as part of her coma. And the Netherrealms is basically like the world of dreams, time, and death. And it's ruled by a couple ladies. This is Death, the ruler of death. And then this is the now deceased ruler of dreams. And this is Mother Time. The story's written. I'm just working on the comic here on stream and chatting about, dogs, basically. Or whatever the chat feels like talking about. I'm just catching up with chat real quick. I have to rush the cap zone before the enemy tier 4 get there first. I don't even know what that means. That one sentence is like total gibberish to me. Oh, thanks, Oika. I try. I was saying, so last stream, Christopher actually brought over some people too, and I was saying like my nerves died down compared to my last stream, which was about 2 months ago or something by now, and then whenever I get raided, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to introduce myself. Don't stutter, and then I start stuttering. So it's I'm happy to hear that you guys appreciate the introduction. Also because I'm kind of like new to Twitch, so a lot of things need to be explained to me still. So I haven't actually witnessed that many raids and how actual streamers respond to that. I was actually fortunate that one of the first times I ever got raided, that was by an artist friend who kind of said, "Hey, I'm raiding you in half an hour. Just when I come in, just introduce yourself and show some illustrations." And I was like, "Okay, thank you for providing me with this template to start with, because otherwise I would have been totally flustered." Thanks, Nika. I'm glad. Yeah, I honestly, I do feel like this whole streaming thing, I was dreading it for years, ever since Moose kind of talked about it a lot. Hey, this is a thing that a lot of artists do to kind of connect with their audience. And I was always very hesitant, where I was I'm gonna be streaming at a European time because I don't want to stream at USA times, and who's ever gonna watch that, and who's gonna watch me draw live, and what am I gonna say? What if nobody shows up? But then I started doing it anyway, just to try it out, and it's actually been a lot more fun and a lot more rewarding than I thought it would be. So that's been great. Apparently I am. I'm really surprised at how many people from the States are showing up. Because right now in New York, it's probably, what time is it in New York? 9? No, 12. I don't know. I always figured if you want a US audience, you want to be streaming in their evening. "9 a.m. US Eastern time." Oh yeah, 9. Huh. I guess. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I always figured people would only be tuning in in the evenings for the States. I don't know. I guess I accidentally did something right. Which is always the best. Okay, so my computer is telling me it's time for my break. There it goes again. So I will be running a commercial break just to turn off pre-rolls for a second, but you won't be missing anything because I'll be on break anyway. So I will be back in a couple minutes because my tea is gone. think we need more morning afternoon streamers. If it works, I'm glad I'm feeling a need. And I'm glad it works for you guys as well as it does for me, because, well, like I said, I was really worried about not reaching anybody at their at a time that they would actually like to watch streams, because of my prerequisite to like be able to stream within office hours. Because if I work until too late, I can't sleep. Like, I really need to unwind for a couple hours, like at least 3 hours or something, before I actually go to sleep. Otherwise I'll just, like, thoughts just keep zooming around in my head, so. And then I'll just be in bed, staring at the ceiling, thinking about all the things that I would like to do, but I'm not doing because I'm laying in bed. So I talked about this before, but I can't remember. There were like a couple good suggestions coming in, but I said, so I said before, let me finish my sentence first, that soon I'm going to have finished inking this scene, and I won't have the sketches for the next scene yet, probably. So I'm kind of wondering what I should be doing in the meantime on stream, because I would like to keep up the streaming. I think we were talking about like some kind of like celebratory stream where I think maybe like was it people asking questions, or was it like me drawing stuff? I can't remember. I do have the video saved somewhere though, so I will be able to look it up eventually. By the way, if there are any artists in the stream, don't forget that it's Portfolio Day on Twitter today, which is a really good opportunity to like just use the hashtag to get a lot of eyeballs on your work. A lot of new eyeballs. If you don't have any art in your portfolio, you could try, but I'm not sure how well you'll be doing. So, you know, the definition of art gets kind of broad, doesn't it? So as long as you call it art, then I'm guessing you're able to use the hashtag. decision of the glasses go on to play a big part of the story. So Sam, this is Sam, and he is part of the story. I mean, he's not like a character that's like only in the prologue and then you never see him again. So he will be there during the rest of the story. But he is not the main character. But I do feel like I've written every part of the story, every character in the story where they like play some important role for the story. So there are no fluff characters in here. You might disagree with me once I have like the whole story out and say like, oh, you could have cut this character out. And sure, there are like cameos and stuff in there, but I do feel like the whole story is kind of like written with a purpose and kind of like written as lean as possible in that sense. So every character you see basically plays a key role in the story. And that's as much as I'll share for now, I think. Oh. Oh, Royce. Don't be too modest, okay? Like... Give me a link, Royce, so I can click it. Do you have any work online? You have to have it, because Nika knows it. The secret Discord. Okay, fine, don't share. We'll just have to take her word for it. Yeah, please do. Please show it. I honestly, so one thing I'm kind of like missing in like the Twitch chat is like people's avatars, because I have so many more associations with like visual things like avatars or their art or something, where I kind of like, I've already had it a couple times in the stream where I'm like, hey, are you new? And then they're like, no, you know me from, my art or like my avatar or whatever, like a different platform. And I'm like, if we had the same avatars on here, I would instantly recognize these people, but I just don't recognize the name. So people, if I don't recognize you or like ask who you are again, please do not be offended. I don't mean it that way. I'm just better at recognizing avatars than names. Can I show it like on, well, I guess everybody can click it, so. That's pretty cool. Look at that kitty. I like the stance. I'm just sitting here appreciating it for a while. Yep, I really like it. Thanks for showing us. I always feel like just like drawing a standing character is pretty challenging, just because it's like so easy to make it uninteresting. So it's pretty much of an accomplishment to make something cool from a standing character. Of course, cats are always the masters. We were at my dad's yesterday and they have a cat. And sometimes cats just, I mean, dogs do too, but cats just get in moods. And she was having a mood yesterday where she was like, everything that we found annoying, she was like, yep, I'm doing that. So sitting in open drawers and walking on the table, getting thrown off, coming back on again, walking near candles, so we were scared that she'd like burn herself. I don't know, she was in a mood. I like the looseness of your sketches, Royce. Like the brush strokes give it a lot of very dynamic feel. Can only start with lines if I draw cards. Well, I can't draw cards in the first place, so you're already doing better than I am. That's why I just use 3D models. Like anything inorganic, I would rather model than actually draw, I think. Oh man, my D&D campaign, my D&D session got moved over again for a really good reason. But yeah, we rescheduled to February, and we'll have to see if that actually if it actually happens then. So I still haven't ever played D&D at this point. It really is. Like getting 5 adults in the same room, jeez. Yeah, we'll have to see. I hope I eventually get to try it at least once. Maybe I'll hate it. All this build up and then I'll hate it. But maybe I won't. Maybe I love it. Yeah, Bats and figures are super handy though. I'm not sure if there's like an international equivalent. Probably is, but for any non-Dutch people, it's like it's called like a date prikker. I don't know, like a date scheduler where everybody just fills in their availability before actually like nailing down a date. So then you can pick the date that actually has like the most people coming or all people coming if that's your prerequisite. But it's pretty handy. And then Dutch people, I think I've read that in like US culture there's a bit more of a culture of like saying, oh, by the way, I can't anyway, and then rescheduling. And I think in Dutch culture it's a bit less accepted to basically say, oh, sorry, I can't come anyway. Oh, I guess there's Doodle if you're both suggesting that one. It's less handy. Why is it less handy, Nika? Is it like less of an overview of what the best actual date is? Yeah, that's funny. It's weird, right? Where you're like, I know there's a difference. I'm just not sure what it was again. But yeah, I get it. Some experiences are just really nice. I guess that's why it's become so big. It's, probably because it's just nice to use. But yeah, Dutch people do really love their handy dandy tech stuff, which is probably why cash is not a thing. I saw this. Okay, so that's something I would love for any USA people to explain to me if you use it. But I saw this Reddit post today where people were like, it was like a you should know post, and then it was like you should know that pre-tipping is actual tipping for like, and it will make sure that your order gets there on time for like getting food delivered to your home. And it was like you have to like pay for like a priority order for like food getting delivered to your home. That was just super wild to me. And I'm wondering if it's like actually a thing. Maybe it's just, I don't know, stuff getting blown out of proportion on Reddit. I'm not sure, but that was just I guess it is. I don't know. It seemed like so. It really seems like in the States you kind of like need to prepare yourself to want to save like half your income because so much stuff just gets you so many expenses are like unexpected, like having to tip or having to pay extra when you like check out your groceries at the grocery store. It just seems so weird to me. Paying the tip when you pay for the item online. Wait, you mean the Reddit post? It was like a DoorDash thing, I think. Yeah, Uber Eats. Where it's like if you don't tip enough, then your order will just like go on a ride with someone basically and then get delivered after like 2 or 3 hours instead of like within half an hour to an hour or something. And if you tip more, then there's like a bigger chance that your food will actually get delivered on time. That's what I remember from that post, understanding from that post. Weird. Maybe it's like I don't know, local thing. Or a Reddit thing. I should talk about more weird stuff because I'm kind of like hating on the States right now, which isn't really fair because we have our weird shit too. Like fireworks in our fireworks policy. Apparently there were a lot of posts in the r/Netherlands subreddit with foreign people going like, why has the Netherlands suddenly turned into a war zone because it's the 31st of December? And I can imagine that if you're not from here and you're spending your first New Year's Eve here, that you're thinking like, what has happened to this country overnight? Because a lot of people set off fireworks. Yeah, it's it really takes some getting used. Honestly, like every year I get a little more jumpy over it. I would be pretty happy if they decided to do like the shows exclusively here instead of selling fireworks to people who basically don't know what they're doing. It's annoying because, you know, and honestly, I would probably be okay with it if they really, because you're like legally allowed to set off fireworks between, I think, 6 in the evening and 2 at night. Except like the closer you get to New Year's, especially on the day itself, like from, I don't know, maybe 8 a.m. or 10 a.m. or something, there's like just fireworks going off all day. And yeah, that's the thing. Pets do not handle it well. A lot of owners need to take precautions. They go someplace else. You know, I know a Dutch colleague here who takes her dog to her mom's apparently every year, which is like in the middle of nowhere, just so the dog doesn't get too stressed. And my parents basically can't leave for New Year's because their cat gets a little stressed out. And luckily they have like neighbors who have a dog who they don't want to leave alone for New Year's. So they kind of like celebrate it together. But yeah, if they wanted to go out and do something else, then that would be leaving the pets alone, basically. So I think pets all over Holland would be very happy if fireworks were more contained, I guess. Because, I mean, honestly, I do love fireworks. Like, it's really cool to see the all the fireworks going up at the same time, especially around midnight. It's beautiful to see. I just feel like the benefits do not really outweigh the costs anymore, especially with like news of what was I saying? Sorry, I was like reading chat and then I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so it is beautiful, except it's not worth it because, you know, because we had like of course again a couple news reports of like children missing an eye or missing part of their hand or whatever, and I just think like, is that really worth it? I don't think so. And yeah, exactly. It does. It is over the top for like the whole day, and like since COVID, I do feel like they kind of like stopped sooner, in the sense that at 2 a.m. it's kind of done. They're kind of done, and people actually like go to sleep, or it becomes calmer, so we can actually go to sleep. But I remember one year where I was just awake until like 4 a.m. or something because people just kept setting off fireworks, which pissed me off because I was tired and I wanted to sleep. And I wasn't able to because I kept kind of like jolting awake. Yeah, burning money in the sky. I know. That's why we don't really get fireworks anymore. I think the last time we got fireworks was probably when I was like 20 or something, which is like 12 years ago now. for them to afford rockets. Well, honestly, I don't like. The stupid thing is the people who can't miss it, as in have like the lowest income, they seem to spend the most on fireworks. No, let me. I'm not sure if that's fair to say. I think that they spend the most on fireworks, but I saw I saw some like in a news report there were like comments, and somebody said like, oh, I spend like 800 euros on fireworks, and next year I'll spend 1,000. And I'm like, geez, and like there's a big chance you could have spent that all on, I don't know, heating your house or something. Buying food, buying a lavish. Can you imagine what kind of dinner you will be able to eat to like get groceries for like 2 months for that kind of money? Yeah, I don't know. It seems kind of like out of proportion, I guess. I don't know if they would like take all that money and pay it in like tax to our like municipality. I'm wondering what kind of awesome fireworks show they would be able to put on with all that money. I would love to see that, I think. Because that's the thing, like a lot of people are arguing like, don't take away my fireworks, it's like the last pleasure I have left or whatever. But I'm kind of like, well, it's not really about like banning fireworks altogether. There will still be fireworks. It will just be done by professionals, and it won't be set off near houses and cause fires and cause kids to lose their eyes or their hands. But yeah, it's an emotional thing for people too, so try arguing with that. I realized, because you're saying I've been driving it for 4 years now, I've been, I realized, I think maybe last year or something, I was counting like how old my car is, and I think it's almost 8 years old already. Time flies. It's weird how fast that goes. I was like, my car is 8 years old already? I thought it was like brand new. Yeah, it is a really stupid way to lose limbs. My brother-in-law actually, he used to do a lot with fireworks when he was younger. Like set it off a lot and go around town and set off fireworks with his friends. But I think he quit like basically when the father of a friend of his lost an eye to fireworks, and he was like, okay, I think I've had enough. I guess sometimes it needs to get really close before you actually decide to like let it go. Yeah, we were at a friend's house and for New Year's once, and they got a little drunk, and then they stuck an arrow in the ground too deep, So we were standing there watching, and then how it first goes like when it should launch. So it did the thing, but it didn't launch because it was stuck into the ground. So I started running away like, oh my gosh, this arrow is going to explode on the ground. And it did, and actually one of the bits of firework actually hit my foot, and I was like, geez, I am so done with firework. And then a couple of years later, people were setting it off in in the street, but it was blowing really, really hard. The wind was blowing really hard. So one of the pots fell over, and I think my husband got some fireworks on his leg, which left a bruise and nothing more. But still, every year I thought, what are we doing this for? Yeah, exactly. Which is why, so the most damage wasn't even done by fireworks this year. It was alcohol-related incidents. I'm just not sure how much of it was a combination of both. I'm just reading your thing. Then you put it in the ditch. Gosh. Don't do that. Why would you do that? Why would you put it in the ditch? I was excited. I have thankfully had one minor incident with my car, where I was backing up into a parking spot, and then I scraped a concrete pole, so I scratched the paint on my car, which kind of sucked because it was pristine up until that point. But then 2 years later, I think someone. It was so slippery, it was winter and it was super slippery, and somebody wanted to come out of their parking spot, but then slipped and ran into my car. No, it was just a scratch. Was it just? Yeah, it was just a scratch. Yeah, because the bumper was kind of it was. No, that was the second time. Because I remember coming back to my car with the second, with the person running into my car, and I wasn't there because my car was parked. And I remember coming back and seeing a dent in my car, the bumper just all deformed, and I was like, what the fuck? So somebody heard me, who was working at a store over there, and she was like, oh yeah, we saw this happen, somebody else, and they left a note on your car. So that was nice, but it's so funny to me that somebody heard what the fuck, and then turned around, saw me looking at my car, oh, that's the person. But the funny thing was, they replaced the bumper under their insurance, obviously, because they ran into my car. But then now part of the scratches are gone because from the concrete pole that I bumped into, because it was the same side as where I had my accident, but now it was replaced under their insurance, so that was kind of nice. I still have some scratches on there, but most of it's gone. So lucky me. And knock on wood, but I haven't had any big incidents since that. I would say I would say I'm a pretty careful driver in that regard. I don't put my cars in a ditch out of excitement. Though, of course, my car is tiny, so it's really easy to avoid anything anyway. Yes, Rick. Actually, I have models that I use, which are like, so do you know the program DAZ? It's this really nice program which lets you even like create custom characters, and then you can save their features and position them any way you want. Hold on, let me oh, there we go. Yep. I think it's gaining popularity. I think like a while ago whenever I would say like, do you know Daz, then everybody would be like, what the hell are you talking about? But it's actually getting more widely known. And hold on, I'll just open up a scene to kind of like show you. Yawn. Come on, open. There we go. There we go. See, so this is like my weird ass reference scene. And it uses lighting. Let's see. Yeah, this is kind of clearer, I guess. So, oh, there we go. So you can kind of see like all the characters are made. This is because like the hand is like super weird here because I custom sculpted these two because they're the face shapes are like not creatable by default. So they look pretty weird now, but you know, it works for like having a base to work off of, and then I just kind of like draw the hands, and whenever I need more reference I just take a picture of my own hand or whatever. But yeah, I actually position them mostly, and yes, you really can. And then you can like customize the character as well. Like, so obviously I gave him glasses and gave him like the hook nose and stuff. But if you start up the standard thing, no, don't save. There's just a basic model that they give you. Let me give him some clothes. There we go. This is like the standard model, and then you can just like adjust all kinds of things if you want. Hold on. Parameters. There we go. Actor. You can change like all kinds of things. You can lengthen their arms or make them flabby. This is all arm stuff. They even have like body types and stuff. So it's really fun. And you can save this. So, you know, for me, it like really helps with the consistency. And actually to save time, because if I had to draw like all these poses and stuff, like I'd be able to, but it would just take me way longer. So I basically use this as a reference to draw the faces. And I feel like my years working as a storyboard artist helped a lot with this, because when you first start using this as a base, it can look really, really, really stiff because you're like basically tracing pictures. And so doing the storyboarding thing for a while really helped me to kind of like try and use them as a base, but then also keep the energy in the drawing by like really understanding what I'm drawing first, and then using the base as a time saver. So yeah, that's basically how I create these pages at the pace that I do. That's another break. Yep, there it goes. So yeah, that's basically how it works. Okay, let me take another break because my computer's telling me to. What I'm hearing is that Dad is the best video game RPG around. Without that pesky video game part, yeah, exactly. It's really intricate too. It's like I always need to think about like The Sims or whatever. It's like basically The Sims only, except without the without actually having to play The Sims. So yeah, you're definitely not wrong. All right, I'll run like another ad thing to get rid of the pre-rolls, and I'll just be right back in a couple minutes. Jesus, how much tea do you drink? I drink gallons. No, but seriously, like, do you know those like huge Starbucks mugs, like the half-liter ones or something? No, I think they're like 400 milliliters or something. What does it say? It says, oh yeah, 500 milliliters, 18 fluid ounces. So those cups, and I drink about, I think 12 cups of those every day, give or take, because sometimes I like forget about it and then it becomes cold and then I just throw it down the drain, and then during dinner I drink water. But the rest of the day is like basically tea, unless I drink a Coke if I want something different, but that's like not the that's like for you know, at parties or something, then I drink a Coke. But yeah, I drink a lot of it. My favorite kind of tea is black with oat milk and a sweetener. So basically English tea, except with oat milk instead of cow milk. I've actually gone off cow milk. Like, I don't like it anymore. I used to drink it with like cow milk, and then I, you know, for like the environment and stuff, I wanted to reduce any animal product that I eat. So I started trying out oat milk, and I actually prefer it now in my drinks. Slightly lactose intolerant. No, I don't think so. I actually, you know, when I'm thirsty, I actually want to drink tea. If I'm like super freaking thirsty, I'll just like have a glass of water. But yeah, I guess I don't like being thirsty anyway. So I basically like have, either if I'm out and about, like I'll have like a bottle of water with me, or you know, if I'm at home, I'll basically like come home, make a cup of tea, and then like do my thing. So yeah, I just drink a lot as well. I think, yeah, I don't drink coffee, so I don't really have, I can't really compare, I guess. Two cups of coffee and flavored fizzy water. Yeah, so we got like I used to get like these bottles of fizzy water, but then we got like this, not a Soda Stream, but like it's called My Soda, and that's been really nice. Just filling up a bottle of water and then putting the fizz in it yourself, so it's always fresh. That's really nice. And no lugging around bottles of water anymore, which is also nice. But yeah, those are my drinking is super boring. It's like mostly tea, and always the same tea as well, and then Coke and water. And then sometimes, like if I'm eating out or something, I will maybe have something else, but that's basically it. Though I can, we're talking about different teas, then I can really appreciate different kinds of black tea and rooibos. Like, I kind of like rooibos if I have no black tea. I'm not really a fan of green tea because I think it's too bitter. But the Ceylon stuff is really nice. And oolong. Yeah, but then the coffee would have to have the same effect, right? I'm guessing. If it's the same with the caffeine in tea. I mean, it might be true though. I do feel like a lot of people say they get more thirsty from coffee. Like, it's kind of like a trend to like ask for a glass of water with your coffee at like a restaurant or something. So I get it. It might be a thing. Maybe I just maybe that's also why I drink a lot, because I keep getting thirsty. Though I do feel like when I'm just drinking water, I do drink kind of the same amount. Oh yeah, I totally get that. That's also like the true fruit teas I really like, but the black teas with the flavor in it, I'm not really that much of a fan of. But yeah, the right tea can make a big difference. On a comic note, I really loved, because the point is that Red and Blue have now taken over these two bodies, and I've really loved like changing up the body language of the same characters, which like makes them seem like totally different characters, and it's really satisfying to me somehow. Oh yeah, we were talking about that last time, I think, about how specific countries can have really good specific food that you can't like find anywhere else, and then once you move, you can really start missing that specific food. I'm guessing that could be the same case with fruit tea. This is actually not how you would fold your arms, so let me... Look at that, now I'm doing some sketching on stream anyway. Do you, Nika, do you also like take back a whole freaking suitcase of the stuff that you love back to Holland every time you go home? Oh, that's nice. Care packages. Can't resist that amazing Slovenian stuff. I can't imagine. We just had pancakes yesterday for my brother's birthday. And I was like, man, I miss this. I would really miss that stuff if we ever move somewhere else. Because even bread differs between countries. I think my friend said like the bread is much sweeter in Brazil, for example, and she doesn't like the chocolate there. She likes it here better. I mean, people have pancakes, but they're different from Dutch pancakes. Like, I'm not sure if you've ever been to a pannenkoekhuis. But they're something else compared to like American pancakes or whatever. Yeah, exactly. I think it's the same in, there I go again, in the States. I think the bread is much sweeter there than it is here. The same goes in Brazil. The thin ones? Isn't all bread thin? Well, I guess not all bread is thin, but I would say there's too many variations for me to pin it down to one. Let me put it like that. Oh, pancakes! Sorry. Yeah, no, the thin ones. Yes, the thin ones. The thin big ones. Do you think they taste the same? Have you tasted Dutch pancakes before? Hold on, let me Google the Slovenian ones. Slovenian pancakes. No, those look really similar. Hold on. Recipe. Let me see if there's like even the same thing in there. Pancakes. This is now pancake stream, people. What's the recipe? Flour, milk. Okay, so there's no sugar, I think, in like the Dutch pancake recipe. But I think it's like, I think okay, let me put it like this. My dad's recipe is like double the milk compared to Come on, I've written it down somewhere. Weird. I can't find it. But anyway, I think it's like double the milk compared to like the flour. And then 1 egg per 2 people. Yeah, it's kind of funny, like even even between countries who are like so close together, there's like little differences in the recipes that make it typically Dutch or typically Slovenian or German or whatever. And the ratios might make a big difference as well. But anyway, I love these tangents. Yeah, poffertjes are like the bomb. Definitely. Especially fresh. They're so good. I think it's a Slovenian thing. I just saw a picture. I think we mostly... I've eaten scrambled pancakes, but that was mostly because I messed up making the pancake. So there was no pancake left to flip. So we just scrambled them instead and like pour some syrup over it and then just eat it that way. But it's not really, it's a sign of failure, unfortunately, when we have a scrambled pancake. Oh yeah, cinnamon. Also, French toast. I should make that more often with cinnamon and sugar. Man, now I feel like breakfast with all this food talk. I never have like the patience to actually make a nice breakfast. Usually when I wake up, I'm just hungry, so I just want like I make some. I have some what's it called? Muesli with yogurt and honey, and that's it. And then I would love to like make pancakes for breakfast or like an omelet or French toast or whatever, but I'm too hungry and I just want to get some food, so I never do. Well, there you go. Just gave you some grocery ideas. You're welcome. Full service stream. Learn about art and doing your groceries at the same time. And dogs. And how to differentiate a husky from a Malamute. Oh man, I can totally imagine. I was just saying yesterday how unrealistic those, in the movies where they make like a full breakfast with like pancakes or eggs or whatever, and I'm like, how do you even have time for that in the mornings? Who does that? I mean, French toast is manageable. I just gotta you have like all the pots and pans, and then you've got to do all the cleaning afterwards, or just leave it on the counter. But that would piss me off. I do not have time for that in the morning. I take enough time to actually get behind my computer as it is. Though in weekends it's usually just laziness. Oh yeah, that's also true. Like a big sugar rush and then you crash at like 10. once or twice a day, holy moly. See, that's the other part of the spectrum I would not be able to handle. I get really hangry. Like a lot of times when I get really like pissed off for no reason, I need to tell my husband like, sorry, I'm just hangry. Don't mind me. Just let me get some food and I'll be normal in 15 minutes. She says, "Well, you need a cookie." Well, how about like the whole grain stuff? That's really helped me keeping satisfied for longer. Like I used to do just brown bread, but once I switched to whole grain, which is honestly for me it tastes better anyway. I did feel like I had a lot less issues with getting those sugar crashes. I know there's some foods just for us it's like popcorn. Whenever we had a bag that was sitting there. It was sitting there for a week, but then once it was open, it was gone like within an hour. There's just some kinds of foods that you can't leave be once they're there. Try having have you tried having those like just healthy snacks? Like we have a couple bags of like nuts sometimes when I get in the mood, or just tomatoes or cucumbers or whatever, like just so you have something to snack on. More often, I mean, who am I kidding? Like we have a lot of unhealthy snacks too, but if I want to if I'm in a phase where I want to pay attention, then we'll have like walnuts and almonds and tomatoes, cucumbers, that kind of stuff. That also helps. At least it's nice and close by. Our closest supermarket is closed on Sundays, and we noticed that in the beginning we really had to adjust after our move, because we came from a neighborhood that had a lot of stores open just all week, and then suddenly the store was closed on Sunday, and we were like, crap, we gotta actually plan for our Sundays now. Final two characters. Man, this scene really felt like a marathon. But I do feel like you guys watching me do this has made it more fun and less of a chore. Otherwise, it would have just been me rushing through these pages as quickly as possible. Oh, hey, I just noticed we got to the 100 follower mark. Hooray! Thank you. I'm not really sure what that counts for on a platform like Twitch, to be honest. You know, I've been really enjoying just kind of like going into Twitch as like a super blank slate, doing barely any research, just looking anything up that I think like, oh, could I maybe do that, and then just kind of like winging it. It's been really liberating, not relying on like, oh, you need to do it this way or you need to do it that way. I obviously did. What was it about? The commercial? Was it like actually for the game, or was it a spin-off thing? Do people see different commercials during the breaks, or is it all the same for everybody? I'm not sure if I asked this before. There's a Last of Us TV show? I had no idea. Oh yeah, the ads are probably different per country. That makes sense. Yeah, but then we would probably have no use for like, yeah, exactly. We would have no use for a Last of Us commercial because it's not, it's probably not available here. I think I saw. I think I asked a question on Reddit for that once, where I think you guys in the States also get like text spam to like join the U.S. Army, and I think I asked a question like, what the hell is even the point? And there was an explanation for it, and I don't remember what it was. So, cool story, bro. But that was funny to me. Though honestly, I do think I also get ads for our army here. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they've always been recruiting here as well. I don't think it gets like as personal. It's mostly like TV campaigns and maybe YouTube campaigns and stuff for defense. I mean, so I dabbled in trying to like market my work with Facebook ads for like a hot second a couple of years ago, and I basically like gave up on it because of how untransparent the process was. And how much research you had to do to like make an effective ad and stuff. So I can imagine that it is very difficult to properly spend any marketing budget that you get. But like my main complaint with anything with this like running your own business stuff is that I have no idea how to market myself. Like customer relations I can do. Getting stuff to the client, that's also like that I can do. It's just like the actual marketing stuff is still a bit of hocus pocus to me. Yeah, that's true. They do have a team. I'm just saying, like, I can't imagine. I don't know. The image I have of the army here is that they do have budgets. They're not sure. There's so much bureaucracy involved, probably, that the higher ups who are not in touch with like how marketing should work are making the decisions. And I can imagine that the U.S. Army is kind of like the same way, where they do have the budget, but the people making the actual decisions are not in touch with like what the actual best decisions would be. And I'm not sure how good people in the Army are with like delegating and stuff. As in trusting their employees that they're doing the best job they can. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I do feel like Disney is very good at their marketing. What's the biggest flop that you can think of? Oh, armies are very good at delegating? Okay. Then that's my theory busted. Too good. Yeah, Nika, you have a very fair point there, and that might be where I missed the mark, I guess, with any marketing I tried to do so far. Because I have been kind of like learning or been trying to learn from like actual brands, like what are they saying? But then nobody was really responding to that. So, but you know, that might have been my mistake in the sense that that's not what people are expecting from a creator like me in terms of like language. I guess I was kind of like thrown off course by that idea of like fake it till you make it, where people like act as if they're already there, so people buy into that. But I guess that's why I'm saying like it's been very liberating to like just dive into Twitch without any prep, just doing the thing and seeing whatever comes my way. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It definitely is, which is why it's so annoying that, come on, do the thing. Jeez. Move. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Classic artist mistake, I'm on the wrong layer. Anyway, but yeah, it's definitely like its whole own expertise. Which is why I would love to basically stop doing it, I guess. In the sense that I would like to just throw some stuff out there and then have people respond to it somehow. I would love to think less about what I'm saying, basically. The A/B test and perfecting the building blocks of reports for people. What I do as an artist is more like assimilating to the language I've been to communicate. Right. What's the type of audience that more streamlined marketing brings, in your opinion, then? Oh, right. Okay. I get that. I was kind of thinking kind of the same thing, I guess, over like the holiday break. Thinking like we're so used to there always being like more content that we don't really like stop to actually really look at something that we come across on social media before. Like I remember when I was on DeviantArt, I would kind of like go through my folder and look at all the art, like, oh, do I like this? What do I think about this? And then now on social media, it's like, oh, I kind of like this, and then I scroll on again, which I kind of dislike about my current way of consuming art. But I feel like we're contributing to this ourselves by, everybody says like, oh, you should post, I don't know, every day or whatever, like at least 3 times a week or that kind of stuff. And I feel like if you know that everybody's going to be posting every day or 3 times a week or twice a week, then there's going to be so much content that, that you're likely to get lost in. So you need to produce more to stand out more. And it kind of feels like I wouldn't want to say like done this to ourselves, but kind of like that's the way it's grown. And so there's like so much work or so much stuff in your timeline to actually get through, that it doesn't, like, you get like FOMO from not stopping and like actually really looking at the thing. I don't know, that was like a brain fart, but I was thinking of going back to posting at least like twice a week, and then taking that time to focus more on the newsletter. Well, I mean, at the end, like, I do not create something new every 2 days. I usually just like repost stuff, or, if there's like, for example, if there's a project that I've worked on, then I'll be, posting about it on Monday, and then on Thursday I'll post like, hey, friendly reminder, I worked on this and the link is still up if you want to like buy it or whatever. Like those are posts too. So it's not like you have to make new art every 2 days. I feel. but still, it's like an overwhelm of content. It's like a whole barrage, which kind of sucks in my opinion. So that's why I was like, maybe there's actually a movement of people wanting to go for like slow media instead of social media. But that usually means that they spend less time on social media and not per se that they're focusing on like being more intentional, I think. I don't know, I read an article about it and I remember like being like, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking about, but I don't really agree with this article. Where I think it was kind of like where I was thinking that they weren't really getting to the root of the problem, which is people just vying for our attention all day, every day. Whereas like, of course I want people's attention. Like I'm so glad that you guys are here and like talking to me, and I'm so glad that I have your attention for now, but I don't need your attention every day. You know? I guess that's my point. Like, yes, of course I want attention, but I don't want it every day. I would love to be able to just like sit in my little nook for a month and then come out every month, once every month, just coming out with like, hey, here's some new stuff, and then have casual conversations the rest of the month, and not doing that like promoting thing, I don't know, 3 times a week. So yeah, I think that's something that I might be exploring this year, just to see how far that gets me. Oh, and about your like the broad streamline marketing, yeah, I feel like, I mean, there are hardcore like Marvel fans, you know, like people who have seen every movie twice or 7 times or whatever, and have like all the figurines and stuff. Like, I have no doubt that those people are out there. So the great thing about like broad reach is that you only need a small percentage of that audience to like give you money, and then you're kind of like set. They're kind of like banking on people to give them to go to the movie once, and that's enough. So yeah, that's a way to do it too, except, you know, like, I mean, they do say in marketing like it's more difficult to actually bring in a new customer than to bring back an old customer. So for like indie creators, I guess it would be a big thing to actually try and get new customers all the time and have like that wide of a reach. Then having followers that are very willing to engage with you. Yeah, so like with the Patreon thing, that's exactly the thing that I've been thinking about too. Like, if I would be happy to have like, I don't know, maybe like 1,000 people that would give me $2 a month, then I would be happy enough. And I do not need like 100K followers that are like that are watching everything I do and like have to keep up with and stuff. I would be happy to have like, I don't know, 5,000 followers and have them be so engaged that 1/5 of them would pledge like $2 to me. I definitely do not need to be big. It's just, I'm guessing like the numbers game is like the most reliable path to success, compared to trying to really engage with your audience first. And I'm guessing, I'm not sure, but I'm guessing that the people with a really engaged audience might not be that visible online as well, which might be the reason why it doesn't seem like a successful / easy method to like make a living. Yeah, I was mostly bringing the numbers as a weight. Yeah, exactly. Well, so I was basically agreeing with you. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, exactly. It's really easy to like put out an ebook out there for with like the title "Grow Your Instagram to 500,000 followers in under 6 months." It's also like a matter of I'm glad that we're agreeing with each other. It's kind of funny. Like I just joined like the Twitch Reddit because I thought like, okay, let's see what kind of conversations they're having over there, and a lot of the questions are like, hey, listen, these people, like, they're in my chat, but they're not talking to me. And a lot of it seems also just like a matter of just being a human and like just talking to people and initiating conversation kind of the same way you would do in just real life. So it kind of feels like a lot of people asking questions there. I'm not sure if they should just get out more and talk to people. Yeah, it does really feel like a scammy thing, doesn't it? Hold on. There's something not working in my... Why is my thingamajigger not working properly? Oh, now it is. Okay, good. But yeah, I've definitely like fallen for it in the sense that I wanted to believe it to be true. So I watched the YouTube videos saying, oh, here's how it works, in the hopes that I would actually learn the thing. But usually it basically came down to just a lot of hard work and a lot of perseverance. And one of the big aha moments I had in that regard was there was this thing on I think it was Instagram. Yeah, it was Instagram. It was the $1.80 method or whatever, which basically meant going to the top 9 relevant hashtags, and then, or no, the top 10, I think, and then taking the top 9 posts and then leaving a thoughtful comment on those top 9 posts, and and that thoughtful comment would be your 2 cents. So basically 2 cents times 9 times 10, which is $1.80. But and it seems simple enough, right? Except if you start calculating, like, okay, so you need to, like, you've got like 2 cents, so you've got like 90 comments to leave. If you take even 1 minute, if you even take 1 minute to like look up the post, leave a thoughtful comment, or actually like look up the post, read the content, and then think of a thoughtful comment and actually like write and post it, then you'd be busy for an hour and a half each day doing that method, and then like growing your Instagram or whatever through that method. It's like, I mean, yeah, I get that, how that would like grow your Instagram, but it takes a buttload of work that not everybody has that time to spend like an hour and a half every day commenting on social media on other people's work. Yeah, it's I don't know. It was kind of like an aha moment for me, where it was like, they sell it nicely, but I'm not sure how feasible this is for most people who actually, have a life. Or just prefer doing other things. Yeah, that's like the biggest joke ever. It's easy just to do it in your free time. Definitely. I totally agree. It's like people have forgotten how to take the time to actually like recuperate. Yeah, it's no fun. Like, what are you even doing it for at that point, in my opinion? Why would you do that? Yeah, I agree. And like, because I think some people, I thought that too for a while, like, oh, if I earn enough, I'll just hire someone to do my social media for me. But then I was like, but then I will miss out on like all the interactions that I get from just being online, and then coincidentally see something come by on my feed that I want to respond to. So plus that, you do need to kind of like, I feel like, earn enough to be able to justify hiring someone. I mean, you can't like hire someone with no income, obviously. But then to have an income, you need to do your marketing okay. So it's kind of like a catch-22, I feel like. I have the same with, like for Netherrealms, like the job that I'm doing right now, like the flatting, I would love to hire someone to do that for me. So I can, produce pages faster, so I can like actually, promote the comic more, or like have a bigger reach because I'm updating more often. But, to do that, I would have to have more income, which I would probably get by updating more often and stuff. So it's kind of another catch-22 where I'm like, how do you get from A to B? Yeah, their name. I've tried it. I've tried it on, basically, the thing with like their name, and they have worked on that kind of stuff. It does feel kind of pretentious if you've actually written it yourself. I mean, aren't we all just silly people doing what we think is best? I do not feel any different. Yeah, I do find it very interesting to like think about these kinds of things, and to kind of like consider like how could you approach it differently, and it is very interesting. So yeah, keep those thoughts coming anytime you're here, because I do not mind at all. Oh, I opened the floodgates. Cancel. Who said that? Aristotle? I actually got a really nice comic about. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, there we go. Oh, it's a Dutch comic, actually. So it's a comic about Hipparchia, one of the first women philosophers. And it's actually like a really nice comic about like her journey to becoming a philosopher and her struggles as like a woman. Yeah, it was a really nice present from my dad, and it made it really approachable. Hold on, let me drop a link in the chat. I'm not sure if it's like if there's any English translation, but Barbara. Yeah, probably not. But in any case, for any Dutch people here, that's the one. I don't think there's an English translation though. Yeah, I mean, it's not comics are a great way to like learn another language. I actually have the Gun Last Order, like Battle Angel Alita stuff. I have a few of those graphic novels in French, which helps me actually like practice my French. And it might be like a difficult comic to read just because there are like some philosophical ideas in there with like big words, but on the whole, it's pretty simply written, so you might be able to. And obviously there's like a lot of just pictures without text. Yeah, the money numbers. Honestly, if you're gonna like idealize that stuff, I would say have a look at like Brandon Sanderson. That's really a guy who seems to be using his influence for the good of the community as well. Because he's been he actually refused putting his audiobooks on Audible. Just because they're like so predatory in their practice on like the cut they give to authors. So he's actually seeking out different platforms to publish his stuff just because he wants a better deal for like the whole community, which is pretty cool. But he also acknowledged, my point was, he also acknowledged that, he can only do that because he has such a big fan base and enough money on the table to actually be able to pull these kinds of stunts and make an impact. Yeah, exactly. Go Brandon. Okay, I'm gonna finish this panel and then I'm gonna finish up the stream because it's getting to be that time. It's time for me to have dinner and then start playing some Red Dead Redemption. Well, I'm not gone yet. I'll be another, I don't know, a couple minutes at least. I just like to kind of like, you know, I don't mean this like in a condescending way, but you know how like with kids you need to tell them like, I don't know, 5 minutes in advance that you want to go so they're like mentally prepared. I kind of like to do that as well on the streams, just so I don't go like, okay, I'm gone, bye. Because that always feels so awkward. Yeah, exactly. I gotta avoid that tantrum. One mini. Oh, good. So we were parallel painting. That's great. What did you cook? What was the result of this experiment? Nice. So it's been productive all around. It sounds like you guys got a lot accomplished. Painting minis, cooking, what's it called? I want to say geslaagd, which is successful meals. There we go. Ooh, nice. Man, that's very creative of you. I would have never thought to do that. Snart. Yes, that's very snart. I'm gonna take it as a compliment from now on if somebody calls me Snart. Man, you gotta love Clip though, and their filling tools. That hurt my soup. Yep, I can totally get behind that. There's a lot of hilarious phrases to make with that. I feel it deep down in my soup. That's the best. Good evening. Yep, that's what typos in general are super fun. Like, I just take them well intended and just find them hilarious. It's my kind of humor. All right, people. This has been fun. Thanks for joining me for another stream. I will be back next Tuesday. And I will probably be continuing this page because I'm taking the next couple days off to like catch up on my vacation time. So you won't miss much. Oh, hey, Androni. You're still here. What are we? Yep. Thank you guys for hanging out. And it was fun to hear what you were doing during stream as well. So let's keep that tradition. If you feel like sharing, please share what you did during the stream, because that's kind of cool to hear. Anyway, I will see you next Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday. We'll just keep that in there. What's happening this side? Yeah, I get that. I mean, I'm glad with I'm very honored that you're lurking here anyway. So don't worry. Yeah, exactly. Have a nice breakfast, everybody. After this stream, next time we'll do lunch. All right, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for joining.